Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so for now we will do another question, okay, which is June 2020. Okay, so before we prepare the financial statement, okay, we should go through all the journal entry. Okay, so our first journal entry involving our asset, which is land. Okay, when on 30th June 2020, Arisa Berhad sold one piece of land amounted to 150,000 for 345K. Okay, so we have to make the adjustment. Okay, so when the company dispose asset, we have to credit our asset, and then we have to debit whatever cash consideration that the company receives. So for here, company received 345,000, and the company disposed land amounting to 150,000. Okay, and by looking at this situation, the company have upper gain on the disposal amounting 95,000. So you have to record the disposal, okay, negative 250,000. We have to include our cash consideration here, bank 345,000, and also one more thing, okay, the gain from disposal of the land amounting 95,000. Okay, so that is information about the disposal of the land. And then for now, we have another information also relating our land, which is revaluation. Okay, after the disposal made, okay, company, after the disposal, the company made revaluation, and the company decide to revalue it to 2.5 million. Okay, this is the figure. So we now, okay, have to calculate whether the company at deficit or at surplus. So we have to make comparison with the remaining, okay, net carrying amount. Okay, after deducting the disposal 250,000, the company are now have land net carrying amount 2.3 million, and we have to compare with the revaluation. So now we have surplus 120,000. So how to record surplus? Okay, debit account land, okay, 120,000. Okay, and then credit account asset revaluation reserve 120,000, and do not forget that this figure 120,000 also need to be recorded at the other comprehensive income. So debit account loan, as I did here, okay, surplus or revaluation, and then we have to adjust our statement of changes in equity, asset revaluation reserve, put here, as well as our statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income. Okay, do not forget to put this information. Okay, and now we can move to next question, which relate to the depreciation. Okay, so we will go straight to the notes to the account. Okay, so now we have building, plant and machinery, and motor vehicle. All students have to include all the balances at cost as well as balances at the accumulated depreciation. Put all the figures, okay? And then now we have to calculate the depreciation for each of the asset, and for building 2% on cost. So here is the cost 950,000 multiplied by 2%, you will get 19,000. So debit account depreciation and credit account accumulated for depreciation of building 19,000. Okay, and the depreciation of building will be under administrative expenses here. Okay, now plant and machinery again, 10% on cost. So look at the cost, 850,000 multiplied by 10%. So our depreciation will be 65,045. Debit depreciation, credit account, accumulated depreciation. Okay, and the last one is motor vehicle, 15% on carrying value. So when the question asks to calculate based on the carrying value, you have to get this figure first. 850 minus with the accumulated depreciation, then you multiply by 15,000, then you will get 77250. Okay, debit account depreciation and credit account accumulated depreciation, and the motor vehicle will be under distribution cost. Okay, the question already mentioned that it is under distribution cost. Okay, now we go through to the next one, which is no record was made for the following transaction. Okay, so we have accrued auditors fees. Auditors fees will be under administrative expenses. Okay, so how to record the accrual? Debit auditors fees and credit account accrual on auditors fee 42,000, and for the accrual it will under current liabilities. Okay, 42,000. Okay, and the next one, unpaid interest on bank loan. Okay, for the bank loan, the expenses will be under finance cost. Okay, for the bank loan, look into our trial balance. Okay, 950,000 multiplied by 10%. So our interest will be 95,000. So debited interest on bank loan 95,000, and credit account accrual on bank loan 95,000 here. Okay, and then 5% of final ordinary dividend. Okay, the question already mentioned about the interim ordinary dividend, so we just put here interim. Now we have to calculate for the final ordinary dividend. Okay, 2.4 million multiplied by 5%, so the final dividend will be 120,000. Okay, final will be 120,000, and we have to total the figures. Okay, when you total these figures, you have to transfer these figures to the retained profit. Okay, and for the 120,000, okay, 10,000 is already paid. For the 120,000, this is not yet paid by the company. So how to record? Okay, debit retained profit 120,000, and credit account dividend payable, okay, 120,000. Okay, here dividend payable 120,000. Okay, and then okay, okay, the next one is on the trade receivable. Okay, on the trade receivable, okay, what happened? Okay, we have one customer that declared bankrupt, and the outstanding amount is 3,300. So we have to record, okay, the apa orang kata, the bad debt, okay, of the company. So how to record bad debt? Okay, this is to record bad debt. Debit, okay, allowance for impairment of trade receivable amounting 3,300, and credit account trade receivable 3,300. Okay, and then you can see here debit allowance for impairment. Okay, these two figures, okay, 3,300, and then you can see here trade receivable, credit trade receivable. So I put here minus 3,300. Okay, and then for the expected credit loss allowance of the trade receivable at the year end is amounting 18,590. Okay, usually, you have to calculate this figure. Okay, but for this question, these figures is already given. Okay, so when already given, you just put here your balance. Okay, put the opening balance. Okay, put the opening balance. Okay, put the closing balance as mentioned by the question, and then you have put your bad debt. Okay, now when you calculate, you get decrease in allowance for in-payment of trade receivable. So this amount will be classified as other income. Okay, this amount will classify as other income. Okay, in the SOPL. Okay, and then 18,590 kita akan hantar dia pergi ke sini. Okay, minus allowance for in-payment of trade receivable. So kita akan dapat final figure 76,610. Okay, the decrease tadi saya dah bagi tahu. Okay, kita akan hantar dia ke SOPL sebagai yang ni, sebagai other income. Okay, then our next question is the tax expenses. The tax expenses for the year was 125,000. Okay, just put here taxation 125,000, but we have to compare with the tax paid. Okay, look into the trial balance. Your tax paid amounting 140,000. So when we compare, the company pay more. Okay, so when the company pay more, now we have tax recoverable amounting 15,000. Okay, here tax recoverable 15,000. Okay, so last is on the inventory, which closing inventories were written down to net realizable value by 15,215. Okay, write down by 15250. So how to handle with this? So debit cost of sales and credit account inventory. Okay, debit meaning that we have to add 15250, and credit account inventory meaning you have to deduct. Okay, here. So finally you only have 299,750. Okay, we have go through all the additional information. Okay, so now it is the time to complete all the statement. Okay, we have to put all the item like sales. Kita dah ada cost of sales, calculate the gross profit and the other income. Kita ada other income daripada question itself. Okay, 14,200. Deduct with the administrative expenses, selling and finance expenses, investment income also from the trial balance of the company. Okay, and finally total comprehensive income amounting 921,260. Okay, so all the figures yang kita calculate under working here, you have to transfer dekat atas lah. Okay, then kita ada statement of changes in equity. Okay, you have already put all the opening balances. We have taken care with the dividend. We have included surplus or revaluation. The only thing that missing is your profit for the year. So look into your SOPL. How much is the profit? 80 1260. So we have to transfer that figure ke statement of changes in equity. Okay, now statement of financial position, property, plant and equipment. These figures is obtained from the notes to the account. This one. Okay, and then okay, investment, get all the information from the trial balance. This one you already calculate. Trade receivable, you already calculate just now. Bank, okay, we have to plus with the this is the cash that you receive from the sales of land. Okay, fixed deposit, okay, you got from your trial balance. Start recoverable, we just did tax recoverable. Share capital 2.4 million kita dapat from the here 2.4 million. And reserve, we combine the amount of retained profit and asset revaluation reserve, then we will get 1.6 million. Okay, 10% bank loan from the trial balance, trade payable from the trial balance, and this is from the additional information that we did just now. Okay, so basically, okay, for the preparation of the financial statement, it is good, okay, to do a lot of exercise because it will enhance your competency. Okay, it will enhance your speed. Okay, you have to remember that all these statement need to be done within 45 minutes. Okay, if you cannot meet the target 45 minutes, then you will be suffer during your final exam. Okay, and the understanding, please remember all the format and so on. Okay, so see you again. Thank you very much.